This is the epicenter of audio frequency entertainment.
I love it.
It's awesome.
Can't get enough of it.
Oh, yeah. You guys are the best.
Heffron and Reep.
I love you, love you, love you.
The Heffron and Reep Show.
Yes, thank you for tuning in again to another awesome episode of the Heffron and Reep Show. I am 50%. I'm the caboose, not in a homoerotic way. John Reep, I'm the back end of the Heffron and Reep, and sitting across from me, the man with the Detroit hat, the Detroit attitude, John Heffron. What's up, buddy?
What's going on? It was nice to see you last night, by the way.
Likewise.
We went out. We're going to talk about that a little bit later, but I want to make sure we get some of our dates in.
Okay.
Because people are always asking where you guys going to be.
Right.
But I decided, instead of just plugging our dates, we've talked about hitting posts before where you have to talk up until the song. That's what a lot of radio DJs do.
Yeah, they play a song and they talk all the way up till the lyrics kick in.
Yeah, so instead of us just plugging, months and months worth of dates, which I don't know are effective or not. Maybe if you don't live in that area, you're like, guys, I really don't care that you're saying that you're at Kansas City. But on the same token, this is how we feed our babies. Because we need butts in the seats. So we have to be sometimes whorish. Not necessarily whorish, more of a really classy...
upscale escort.
Upscale woman.
Like Pretty Woman kind of
yeah, that's what kind of level we're at. So, I'm going to give you just a few seconds, Sean, to plug your dates. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
But you have to do it up, and I'm just randomly hitting a song.
All right.
And you're
John, I hope it's a long...
And whatever the energy of the song is, that's what the energy that you're going to have to plug these dates.
This is going to be dangerous. I have no idea.
And then if you could,
Okay.
show your phone on. You're very popular. Okay, here we go. Ready?
Yep.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, here we go.
Come see me in Virginia Beach, Funny Bone, April 5 through 7. Then in Nashville at Zany's Comedy Club, April 11 through 14. Chattanooga Comedy... I got 2.5 out.
You want one more?
No, that's fine. That was the game. Now you got to go. I get to pick a song. Give me your phone.
No, I got the songs. I'm just
well, that's not fair if you're picking
a
the
song.
song.
Hit it. Ready?
All right.
Okay, here we go. I'm just going to... here you go. Ready?
Yeah.
This one would be appropriate if I hit this one.
Just play it.
Okay, ready?
Just go.
Hey, everybody. I'd love for you to come out and see me. Don't forget to see me May 2nd through the 4th. I'll be in Kansas City Improv.
Wow. Yeah, I'm going to say that you had the edge on that only because of what we did last night. We saw this guy last night at a concert.
And by the way, if it sounds like we're playing these songs from a jam box next to the microphones, that's because we are.
We keeps it reels from the 1980s. This could be a cassette we're playing. You don't know.
Yeah, it's totally our mixtape. Do you want to do one more day? Do you want to plug one more day?
No, I like that game. That's pretty cool. I think we should always do our tour dates like that. That's interesting. It's fun for the listener. Of course, I didn't get Chattanooga out. Comedy Catch.
Hold on here. Let's just do one
21,
more. Ready? Let's just do one more. So
Side Splitters in Knoxville.
Okay, now you're cheating. Okay? Now you're cheating.
Okay,
ready?
all right.
Here we go.
Is
you
this me?
Slow?
Am I doing this one?
You can do one and I'll do one. We'll tag team it. Okay?
Just one date.
Just go for back and forth. Now we're going to hot potato it.
Just one gig.
Until we're done.
All right, good.
Okay.
I'm starting it.
You ready? Mm-hmm. Here, let me just turn this up a little bit. Hopefully they can hear this on there. Okay, ready? Keep it in mind, we're not professionals. But this will be good. Ready?
I'm ready.
Go.
Come see me in Chattanooga at the Comedy Catch, April 18 through 21. Then in Knoxville at Side Splitters Comedy Club.
Don't forget, everybody, the 15th through the something, I'll be at the Punchline in Atlanta. The May 21st Comedy Magic Club.
Good. See, I screwed up. I went 2. I meant to just do 1. That was my bad. I got excited because the song was like high energy.
Oh, well, that's good. We plugged a few dates, and you, like always, you can always go to heffronreep.com.
Moving on.
There's some stuff, actually, we want to talk about real quick before we get into all of our awesome stuff. See, when I talk like this,
that means
this is
he's
me trying to scroll.
Do you want me to talk while
now.
you're doing that?
Hey, by the way, you know how many people have told me in the last, and you even said this, that I sound
a lot like
James Franco.
You do. Honestly, I was listening to Howard Stern the other day. They interviewed James Franco, and I shut my eyes, and that could easily be John Heffron.
Really?
We should have James Franco call into the show sometime.
And then we can just compare.
And just see who's talking.
If we sound... But he kind of has like a little bit of a slur. But is it just, do I just sound like him? So I don't even need to try to put on an affect.
No, don't change a thing.
To sound like him because I just sound like him.
Don't change a thing. All you got to do is just talk about, like, bombing at the Academy Awards when you were hosting. Talk about Spider-Man. Talk about kissing Sean Penn. All those kinds of things. Stuff that he did.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So yesterday we went out to a concert.
Had a blast.
We went to a concert to a guy who I wanted to see forever. For literally 20 years, I wanted to see this performer.
It's amazing to me because I only know one song that this guy did. My buddy Rick, calls me up. He's like, hey, I'm going to go see John Waite in concert. And I was like, wait, is he the guy that sings, Wait, I never had a chance to love you? That's White Lion. This is John Waite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Way that you've been living.
He's hilarious on stage, too, because he's so quirky.
Oh, we always wish for money.
I didn't know this one.
We always wish for fame. Know what he did a lot of?
Did you record this from the show?
No, I have some stuff on. Know what he does a lot during his show? Is while he's singing, he points.
Dude.
He points, like, as he's singing.
He points more than the Pointer Sisters in a pointing contest.
We need to point more as comics, I think. Like, you forget. Sometimes comics forget that they're there performing, and it's a show.
Yeah.
So if you're just standing in front of the mic with your hands in your pocket, and you're like, hey, what's up, everybody? Hey, another thing, hey, isn't the cards weird? I'm in the DMV takes a long time, huh? And you stand there, that's not a good show.
Yeah.
I think sometimes... You need to move around a little bit more like rockers.
Yeah. Well,
point more. Like, just during your bit, you just randomly point to people in the crowd.
He pointed so much that it got, I honestly remember one time, I remember this. He pointed so much that one time he pointed and he forgot he was pointing. Like, he just left it out there and then was like moving on to another verse. And then it looked over and goes, oh, yeah, I'm still pointing, and put it back in his pocket. So he was like a magician because he was reaching in his pocket for stuff a lot. Like he was going to pull out glitter and throw it up at any second. And he kept just pointing. He was very fidgety.
I couldn't tell if every time he kept reaching into his pocket, if he was making sure his like dime bag wasn't falling out of his
dime bag of
whatever rock stars may be.
It was something very high energy, whatever it was. So I wouldn't say that it was marijuana. I would give it more of an upper vibe if he was doing anything at all. Which we're not saying he is.
Like a Droxy cut, maybe?
Hey, it could be a little cocaine. A little sugar booger.
Yeah, well, we don't know that.
We don't know that for sure.
He could be
There's
clean
no way
and
to know
sober
that.
for 20-some years.
Maybe he's just a quirky dude, but it was hilarious. And one of the funniest parts to me of the night, and I remember typing this out and showing it to you on my phone because we couldn't talk. It was so loud in there. But at one point, he goes, this next song is going out to my tailor. He's here tonight, and I'd like to dedicate this song to him. And he sang a song, and then he took his jacket off and his sleeves. First of all, his clothes are too big for him.
Right.
And his sleeves came apart. Like, they just came undone. I was like, what an odd time to dedicate a song to a tailor, and your clothes fall apart.
We have
bad tailor or bad song or bad timing.
I have on here, let me play you some clips of the concert, because I was that guy.
Yeah.
But I think with this setup, you may or may not be able to hear it decent, but let's hear it. Ready? This is...
Is this from this is you recorded this to your phone?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I don't know if it was legal. And then... Hold on.
Did you get the one...
And then there's this. Then there's me singing. I'm that annoying guy.
Yeah.
Ready?
Well, I think there it is.
Sounds good, doesn't it?
Well, you know what? Here, just stop right there for a second. That's his number one song. Driving me wild. That's his number one song, right? Breaking something down along.
Right, here's John Waite singing.
Oh, am I singing? Let me see that. See, that's the thing. He didn't sing it like it.
Well, he did a weird thing where he looked at the crowd to start singing, but he was changing up the arrangement so much that we're like, no, this is not how we sang it when we got your cassette from Columbia Records and Tapes.
Yeah,
you're throwing it off.
Would go like the original is like, I ain't missing you at all, but he was saying like, I ain't missing you at all. Like, just change it up. You're like, well, I'm trying to sing with you, man.
Yeah, my new favorite thing, though, is right here. You're miles away. I ain't shining
you know I can do anything. Right.
Baby, when I see you smile. But I like that.
That could be a good subject change.
Yeah, we should just do that from now on for the rest of the podcast.
Like when we're done talking
Whenever we're
stuff.
done talking,
When
just
you
go,
hear,
and that
moving
means,
on.
yeah, that's like the black guys version of you know what I'm saying.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean?
Oh.
You know how they always say that? You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
Know what I'm saying?
So, like, after you say something, just go,
it's time to change the subject.
And also, I was thinking that maybe we start pointing at our shows.
Yeah.
Like, so
I
when
don't
you're doing a
point enough, I've
show,
noticed that.
we'll know if people listen to the podcast or not.
One
That'd
time
be
he
the thing.
pointed right in our direction.
Yeah.
And I pointed right back.
Yeah, it was good.
He pointed right back again.
Yeah,
I got a double point.
He gave you a double.
Yeah. I like to think it was right at me. I'm not sure.
But it was weird, like, it's weird when you get I used to go to concerts all the time, and then we went to this one, which was at a really cool club.
Yeah.
But then they have, like, tiers of seating. So for whatever the money was, X bucks, you have general admission and you can stand, and then there's some other thing, and then you can stand, but you can stand in a cool area,
right?
And then blah blah blah, and then there's these tickets that are literally called like the Circle of Excellence or the Circle of Gold or whatever,
yeah.
Which is tickets that we bought,
yeah,
which were probably $25 more than the standing tickets,
yeah.
But we got to be old people and sit in a booth.
How great was that?
And not have to stand. So that's
the one thing I never really liked about rock concerts was a lot of the times the cheapest ticket you're standing, and these things can go on for 3-4 hours. I don't want to stand for
especially
3 or 4
at
hours.
a guy whose biggest fans are probably in their 40s.
Yeah.
So like that, even standing, people were. Although I thought we
were the young ones there.
We were the youngest ones, and I thought we were actually going to get into a fight.
Yeah.
At a John Waite concert.
What a weird move.
We were sitting at this table.
First of all, talk about what this guy looked like.
Okay, well, first we're all sitting at the table. There's like 5 of us, and we're all in this like half around a big booth. And then the outside of the booth, there's like 2 chairs, but nobody's sitting there because our party, we didn't have that many people.
Right.
So this guy walks over and says, "Are you guys using these chairs?"
Which I said,
we said, no.
Go ahead and take
them.
chair.
And then I look at Reap and go, wouldn't it be funny if he then just sits down at our table?
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking he's going to sit at our table and then put all those drinks on our table.
Right.
And now I'm going to sound like a fuddy-duddy. I mean, but we had to pay extra to get that space.
Right.
So,
the move in your head is like, oh, he's going to take the chair
the thing to
somewhere else,
another thing,
so he can have an extra chair at his table or wherever he wants to go.
And then he sits down.
He sat right down.
And then he brings his girlfriend over, and they sit down.
They brought another chair to our table.
Now, let me tell you what this guy looked like. Bald, probably about 6'4", 6'5".
Yeah.
Probably has a buckle credit card at the mall.
Yeah.
He was wearing his mech jeans.
He's the
an Affliction shirt.
Give me an age range.
He had an Affliction shirt half tucked in with a big studded belt, kind of off to the side, and then I maybe even say he has Affliction boots on.
Yeah.
And also does some type of hormone therapy.
Most likely, he's that old guy that got healthy again or whatever, and
probably late 40s.
No, I'm going maybe mid-50s on this
Mid-50s?
guy.
Yeah, it was...
like too old to be dressing the way he was dressing.
Yeah, it was definitely a vibe. And then one of the guys we were with was the guy who says something guy. Like, here's with me. I probably wouldn't have said anything.
Right.
And just been pissy about it the entire time.
Yeah.
Then the guy...
Who, Rick?
The guy you were with says, hey, you can't sit there. You're going to have to move. And then they had a thing.
Yeah.
So then there was this weird moment of yuppie older dudes.
Yeah.
Kind of pre-talk. Because that's when you're having that conversation. You're thinking, what's my deductible? How much trouble am I going to get in with the women that I'm at that I fight at this thing? Do I want to be the guy kicked out of the John Waite? Because those bouncers are going to be pissed. They thought that they had a free day. They're like, listen, John Waite's be a bunch of these old people who couldn't get on some 80s cruise. Yeah. And then suddenly there's a fight that broke out. But with that age, you have to figure that the fight would last maybe 4 to 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Just because nobody has that
It'd
type
be like
of wind.
one punch, and then like someone's crying, and then there's where's the closest emergency room? And
then-
that guy just sat right down, dude.
And then luckily there was enough stuff where he got up and then he left.
Rick's girlfriend was also, see, that's the thing. Like, the girlfriends can talk trash to a guy like that, and and he's not really going to say much back. Although, if he gets too pissed, he'll look at the dude like, you need to control your woman. He'll be like that guy. But see, that's a slippery slope.
it's
because
interesting-
sometimes if the girl opens her mouth too much, then you're going to have to get in a fight for something that you didn't even argue about.
Yeah, and anytime I go to an event like that type of thing, I always check out. I always really take in what it feels like to be an audience member.
Yeah.
When I'm in that situation.
Okay.
Because you as a performer, sometimes it's all about you, and I just get on stage. But everything that we were feeling sitting watching him, people feel at our shows.
Yeah.
To be honest,
They go through all that stuff.
I've wanted to see him for 20-some years. I've always been a huge fan. And then when you said you were going, I'm like, no way. I'm actually home in Los Angeles. I'm not on the road. I can go see this guy who I've wanted to see for 20 years, and it's 3 miles from my house. I still, once I was there, was like, I could totally be home right now just playing Call of Duty. I mean? So I was still torn that I didn't feel like leaving my house. But I went there. So
And you had your time.
everybody who comes and sees you at a comedy club, if it's a wife, probably drugged their boyfriend or husband.
Right.
For the most part. Not across the board. But one of the couple probably didn't want to go.
Exactly.
So you have that to think
That's
about.
cool. You
when
saw a lot of that in the crowd as you were looking around.
well,
And you felt that yourself.
Just for me.
Yeah.
And then there was one of my favorite songs ever from John Waite is called Bluebird Cafe. And as I'm talking, I'm trying to...
He played that one. I wasn't familiar with that one, but I
let
like
me see
it.
if this is it right here.
It was
Hold
from...
on.
Nope. That's when he just did the whole...
Okay, right.
You guys are going to sing with me. No music.
All right, here we go. Wait.
That's
right
it.
here. It's written in stone.
To get what she wants, she's gonna have to walk alone. She will.
So that song, I love that song because I just moved to Los Angeles, and in the lyrics in that is nobody's future is written in stone, i.e., whatever goal you set out for, whatever dream you have, bad or good, nothing's written in stone.
You can make it happen.
It's nothing. Nothing is set.
There's no...
You can
like,
you can
you
alter
can't go like
anything.
it was fate.
If it's shitty, you can make it better.
Right.
If it's better, guess what?
You can make it shitty.
It could end up getting shitty. So you have to keep that in mind.
Yeah.
And then this is right when I moved to Los Angeles, however many years ago. I was dating a girl at the time and had to break up with her because there's no way this Michigan to L. So then he's got a phrase in there, sometimes to get what you want, you have to walk alone.
Right.
Meaning, I don't have to explain. It's not storytellers. You
Walking.
Get it.
And then
So it was
by
like
yourself.
a cool moment. He's singing this song that I've heard forever, and I've literally played that song. My favorite mood ever to be in is melancholy. Just that Tom Waits. Just that really almost
Also
like
good in a
I am
fruit
so
salad.
happy I want to kill myself, like type of a weird, hovering when it's just that really sad.
Yeah, he's got that down pat.
No, it's good stuff, right?
Yeah.
It's good stuff. So he's singing Bluebird Cafe, the song I want to hear, and these two bitches who are sitting above us.
Okay.
Did you see the
Yeah.
Real Housewives of the Valley?
Yeah, they had the
that
little
was
wine
behind
glasses
us.
up there.
Wouldn't shut up the entire time.
Yeah.
Just yakety yacky, just
They yelled a couple things out.
just the whole time where it was annoying me. Like I needed that moment, and they were just clueless.
You didn't
They're
tell
like,
me this
you know
during the
what?
concert. I wish-
Yeah, I just kind of let me just look at your C-section. I mean, it was just, it was just,
Look at your C-section.
yeah, it was just annoying.
Is that what they do?
I don't know. I don't know if that's what they were talking about.
Oh, from now on in my brain, that's what they do.
Well, they were just, they were annoying,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
they
totally.
were 47 years old with sparkly iPhone cases.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You could tell that,
Yeah.
that whatever their 16-year-old daughter's wearing, they're wearing the same clothes. They
Exactly.
they were just annoying.
Yeah. No, they were.
They were annoying.
Yeah.
But then
They yelled out a couple times.
now
the worst
listen.
times.
You can't control life. They didn't know how important this song was to me. I'm not. I can't tell them to be. But that as an audience member, that made me realize how important it is that if I'm on stage as a comic and I see fucknut table talking. Mm-hmm. That as annoyed as I was that they were talking during one of my favorite songs,
right?
Somebody who came to see you as a comic could really want to hear a bit.
Yes.
And it takes one cancer cell to take you out of the equation and not enjoy it as much as possible. So that's why when I sit in audiences, I go, okay, I have to be mindful of that. If I see a problem table, a problem things, not even to be funny about it, going, hey guys, what you guys, just to literally shut them down. Yeah. Because now you've just, you have 30 people who was annoyed by those two people now have a better time at your show.
It infects the whole crowd. I get you. Well, I didn't really notice them too bad because it was luckily they were right behind you, not me. You were behind me, and we had a blast. And to me, if you don't know, for those of you listening, I'm sure you all know who John Waite is. If you don't know, his biggest hit was "I Ain't Missing You at All." That one, right? That's his biggest hit. But when I saw him, it's been a while, but he looked a lot like Don Henley. Like Don Henley, he sounds a little bit like Don Henley. He's like Don Henley light almost. Like he looks like Don Henley maybe 20 years ago. But sounds great. His voice is awesome. He sang a song about Tina Turner. Now, I'm confused here. Was it a Tina Turner song, or was it a song about Tina Turner? Like, did she sing this song about herself?
No, it was called Alabama or something like that.
Okay, that song rocked, by the way. And
it's a good song.
Do you have that one?
No.
Oh, I thought you were going to replay it. And how much fun was it also, John? Because we ate there. Eating
I was so lonely. Till I met you.
Be right back.
With my love.
John left the building.
Sorrows tomorrows.
He just took his shirt off.
That's
He's standing
annoying.
on the table.
So you didn't know this song?
No, what is it?
It's with your jokes and your smiles.
No.
Every night. Okay, what about?
He's a mix between Don Henley and Bryan Adams. A little bit.
Yeah, this is that, I want to kill myself.
Yeah.
Song you like. I sing that song for free.
Don't know it.
Now someone else sounds like me.
Yeah. It's melancholic.
As I make my way downtown
to get a razor to slit my wrists.
Oh yeah.
Please tell me there's more than this.
Yeah. My parents only bought me a MacBook Pro.
I said I wanted an Apple. They actually bought me a freaking Apple with a worm in it. Yeah.
All right. So what are you saying?
Well, we ate there too, and they served food at this place.
Right.
And I noticed you. I don't know if this is an old guy thing that you're falling into, or if this is just a practical we can't see in the dark. We're trying to eat steak in the dark. I mean, they didn't have a light at the table. There was no
zero light.
Candles.
It was dark. You had a plate in front of you, and you couldn't see anything.
Right.
You couldn't see anything.
Yeah.
So then I took my light on my iPhone, pointed it at my meal, and left it on.
Yeah.
And then there's a table behind us that was annoyed. He went and rolled his eyes.
Oh, he didn't like that you were
Nothing makes you less manlier to me is when you roll your eyes as a man.
Yeah.
Nothing. To me, that just says it's just bitchiness right through and through.
Yeah.
I almost get angry at guys that roll eyes.
Actually, I copied your move and did it myself because I couldn't.
Yeah, you did too.
I mean,
Well, you
it'd
can't
be one
bust
thing
it.
if you're eating fries, okay? This is a steak that we had to look down with a knife and fork, cut off a piece, look at it, dip it in some sauce or whatever. I mean, you needed to see what you were doing.
You can't eat grizzle. I think that's the grossest thing in the world is when you're
grizzle,
eating.
my nizzle.
You ever
I've
do that
always said that.
When you're eating grizzle or chicken, and then you bite in that piece that makes you yak,
But it tastes so good.
and then there's somebody else is at your table, and then you have to do that weird thing where you take your napkin and you turn away to try to spit out the grizzle.
Yeah.
But that's when they ask you a question.
Yeah.
Like that's when they really want. So please, you know what? I would really like to hear about your life. You're like, hold on,
hang on,
and then you got to put it on your plate, hoping nobody sees it.
The advantage of eating
disgusting.
in the dark
So you have to
is
look
that
at
you
it.
could put the grizzle right out of your mouth onto the plate. No one knows anything.
It was dark.
I did get away with that.
We ate that. We ate like kings. And then I ate the biggest brownie ever.
Yeah, but you didn't eat it like I thought you'd eat it.
Well, I was trying.
I got a cheesecake, and I ate the cheesecake before the coffee got to the table.
But the brownie I got was kind of like that TV dinner brownie,
This
like
is a high school
high school
cafeteria brownie.
Yeah, which then made us start talking about what did you have for high school lunch?
Yeah.
And here's what I had.
These are the things that we talk about at John Waite concerts.
Yeah. Here's what I ended up.
Honestly, though, there were 2 opening acts that were pretty good, so we had a lot of time to talk in between those acts and stuff. So this was right
yeah. And
before
then the one
John
guy
Waite
was
got
really
to the
good, and
stage.
then afterward he's like, "Hey, I got an email list. Write your email down on my clipboard." No one's doing that, people.
John immediately corrected. He's like, "No one's gonna do that. You should do the text message thing like we do."
Yeah, come on,
like,
come on,
yeah,
guys.
go help
Let's
it, John.
step it up. Let's act
But
like we've been here before.
You did go and support. Like, my buddy Rick bought a CD from those guys, and you bought a T-shirt. Did you not buy a John Waite
bought
T-shirt?
a John Waite T-shirt that's crappy as shit.
Well, what's wrong with it?
You know,
Look at you already. Did
it's
not as
not
good as
it's
the
not
life
the
uniform,
quality
is it?
of the John Heffern life uniform that you can get on a Heffern Rape.
Yeah.
But for lunch, for I don't know what you people listening had every day for lunch.
What do you mean, you people?
Like you people, like our wonderful fans, not like you people.
Like redhead people? Like you looked
No,
right at
like-
me when you said that.
When I say that, I'm trying to engage the people listening.
Gotcha.
To make
All right.
so
I got-
that
I
they're
got-
like,
I got-
we're
I'm
part
more
of this
sensitive about
conversation
the-
too. We
the
would love to
ginger
keep
thing.
listening to all the
It's my own
episodes of Heffern Rape.
Right. So, people at home.
Yeah, people at home. I don't know what you lovely people at home had, but
Right.
I ate for maybe 2 years straight a Suzy Q.
I didn't know what that was.
It's like a sponge cake with icing and then
John Fogerty loves them.
sponge cake on top and Hawaiian punch. I ate that for 2 years straight. It's the only thing I ever ate at lunch, and to this day, I blame that that diet on my chicken legs.
Yeah.
I ate stunning my
Because you
growth.
did not actually, no pun intended, eat chicken legs.
I didn't
You
eat
decided
anything.
to eat dessert.
And nobody, I think one day, like in 2 years, somebody said that I shouldn't have all that sugar.
Yeah. Well, you're not fat or obese. You don't have diabetes. I
But
mean,
I'm
it worked
addicted
for
to-
you somehow.
I'm addicted to sugar.
But look
so I
at
think
you.
I'm going to sue my school district.
All right. Good
I'm
luck
gonna
with
sue
that.
my school district, and I want all the money back that I've spent on sugar.
Well, my high school, all right, I ran into my old art teacher years ago, and he's like, dude, I got to get you to come back and speak to my art class. I'm like, I'll go, but only if you allow me to eat in the cafeteria for lunch, because I want to eat that pizza again. Like the high school pizza, you can't buy that crap anywhere else. You only can get that in high school. I don't know where you would get it. There were 2 different ones. There was one that was the shape of a rectangle. It was more of a brownish, grayish yellow color, the cheese on top. Then you had one that was like a long triangle. That was a little bit more. The pepperoni was actually just chunks of pepperoni, like cubed pepperoni. It was horrible. But you mix up ketchup and mayonnaise and you just dip it in there. You make your own little poor man's French dressing, and everything's all good. But I told him that the deal's on if you let me eat in the cafeteria because I want to eat that shit. There we go.
Oh, no, hold on. Sorry. Just keep
Is this
talking.
Suzy Q?
No, I'm trying to...
Oh, there it is. Oh,
Hey, just every YouTube video, let's just assume we want to skip that. Can you not, like, I'm so sick of having to watch it.
Was that an ad that was just
Yeah,
playing
but
there?
it pops up constantly.
Oh, because that's actually a good song, too.
I wonder, do you think there's one warehouse for high schools that sell just the pizza and that sawdust for when kids puke?
Yeah.
Like, that's just all they sell.
Right.
It's just, and they have a market.
Yeah.
Because, listen, schools will never run out of pizzas.
Yeah.
And they'll never have to run out of that sawdust.
It had a
that
weird
puke
smell to
sawdust.
it, too. Because sometimes it was pink.
They need to make a
Remember the pink
candle
kind?
that smells like that. Like, wouldn't there be a
Smells
cool
like the
gift candle?
sawdust?
Like the sawdust.
Oh, that's not bad.
Now, if you lit that in a room, if you got that candle with the sawdust and you put it in a room and just lit it and didn't say anything, do you think when somebody walked into that room, their first thought would be, did somebody puke?
Or did
Not, I smell
someone
sawdust.
just build a wall? You know what I mean? Like, did someone just cut a log?
I think somebody would say, did somebody throw up?
Yeah.
So their brain would hear,
Yeah.
would smell the sawdust and immediately go, is somebody sick?
Who puked?
Not, is that sawdust?
Yeah. That's a very Metro Jethro candle. A candle, Metro, that smells like sawdust Jethro. I love it.
Why can't we get that done?
Make those.
You should make those. How would we make
You know
that?
what we also talked about, which I think we should touch on, was in your high school cafeteria, food fights. You had some food fight. You had a thing that would happen before the food
Yeah,
fight.
at ours, you'd walk in.
Yeah.
And I think there was like 3 lunches.
Yeah, you have 3
stuff
different
like that,
periods.
like 3 different lunches. So you'd walk in, and then you'd see on everyone's plates if they had like mashed potatoes and apples. You know it was going to go down.
Applesauce or just
Apples.
apple? Oh, my
Apples.
God, that would hurt.
And you'd walk in, and here's what would happen. You'd hear this noise. Whoever wanted to start the food fight, they would just go, oh, and then when you hear that rise, then everybody would start doing it. So now you have 200 kids going, oh, and if you didn't want to be part of it, you would jump underneath your table.
So
And
jealous.
if you wanted to be part of it, you would just start chucking everything that was on there,
Yeah.
and it'd be over so fast that no one could ever really get busted.
So the
'Cause
guy who would make the noise was the one who started the food fight?
yeah.
Okay.
And you had to, and you didn't have a choice. It's one of those things
You're
where
in it or you're running out the door. It's too late.
I don't think in the history, which would have been funny, if like they pulled a prank and they go, dude, Johnny, just start it tomorrow. Just start it. But then everybody knew no one was going to do it. That would have been funny to see the one kid and just throw one lone apple.
Reed just spazzed out for no reason.
And then we don't see him anymore. Now he's the kid who goes to Vogue.
I'm so jealous. We didn't have food fights in my high. Well, if we did, they never happened when I was having lunch. But I think one time there was like a fight that happened, and food was thrown, but not like a technical food fight. And so I was in the next lunch period, right? And this dude, Richard Forbes, I'll never forget this. He's probably all of 100 and maybe 90 pounds, just 90 pounds, not 100. Just a skinny dude, right? 5'4". Comes running into the cafeteria because he wanted to beat everybody in front of the line. And there was a rogue French fry on the ground. And he just hit it and just phew, feet went out from under him, head on the cement, out like a light.
Nice.
I think we're getting to that time, bro.
I think we're at that time, dude. So, once again, we appreciate you listening to the Heffron and Reap podcast. Make sure you go to heffronandreap.com. Check out all of our dates, because we mumble through them.
Yeah.
On a show very soon, we're going to have Martha Quinn from MTV. We're also going to have James Franco.
I'm going to try and get Rodney Carrington to call in.
Rodney Carrington's going to be on.
Hopefully. We'll see.
Who else? Let's just make up people. Is Mr. T still alive?
Mr.
T's
T.
not alive.
We're going to get John Waite. We're going to get Merle Haggard. We're going to get everyone who's playing at the Canyon Club.
Perfect. And then also let us know what you think about these 30-minuters. We've decided to do short bursts.
Yeah. So, thanks for listening, everybody. Hope you have a good life. Bicycle.
Go to heffronandreap.com for tour dates and great links. Hey, did you get that? It's heffronandreap.com. Go there now.